Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, Baldur's Gate into Avernus, where there may or may not be dungeons and or dragons. I am Segura Hellholm, your dungeon master for the evening, and these are our players. As usual, hey guys, what up? How's it going?
What's up?
I'm running off a new mic right now. I got a shotgun mic, so I'm kind of I got to get used to looking this way a bit when I talk because the way it's aimed. But
you don't have to look that way though.
Can I how do I sound right now? Am I away? But I'm away, aren't I?
A little bit, but I had to think about it.
It just has to be pointed at your face hole.
Like this, right? Now this is good.
At the face hole. Yeah.
Okay, I'm screwing around too much. We're here to game. We're here to play a game.
As long as it's not pointed at your face hole, it's fine. Like I have the same mic, it's just above my head, and I'm not doing this.
But you sound way better when you do that.
Well, of course, because that's how this is how microphones work. But
that.
Yeah, I was promised dragons, and I've yet to have dragons in the last 2.5 minutes.
That's true. You know, we might have to fix that. But I have a feeling you may not find some right now, given your circumstances. But you know, I'm not gonna make any guarantees. I do, however, want to go down the list. I want to hear. Last time I asked how y'all were doing. I want to know how your characters are doing this time. Let me just put a little thematical music here, so that way we got something while we're talking about this stuff. So, Elgin.
Yes.
How you doing, man? How's Elgin feel right now about his circumstances?
Oh man, Elgin is he's into it. He's into it because he's finally getting to do what he was put on this planet to do, and that is to smite the heathens.
Smite the heathens.
And we've now found throughout from the previous session, you know, we tried doing the sneaky, the infiltration method, which it worked up to a point, but Elgin was antsy. He's ready to hit something, and yeah. Now we're waist deep in dirty water. Probably got poo water in the sewers, and
of course, Pooh's not even here to enjoy it.
No, he's not.
That's true. Very true.
It's not appropriate. I feel some type of way about this, and but to take my frustrations out, I'm going to kill heathens.
I'm gonna smite them heathens.
I hope you kill many heathens tonight. We'll have to see if you have the opportunity or not.
Can we have a heathen counter? Just really one heathen.
I'm sure we could work something out. Hayes,
we can pop a heathen counter up on the screen.
Hayes, how you feeling? Where's Hayes at with his circumstances?
Hayes is feeling quite fine at the moment. Dirty, somewhat frustrated at the fact that I just took a bath and now I'm waist deep in poo water. But I'm determined. I'm determined to right these wrongs and to slay these heathens, to smite the heathens alongside Elgin.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned
and I guess Stab.
That bath, by the way, because I forgot to mention, since y'all relaxed so hard and prepared for battle so well, you guys gained 10 temporary hit points. So
hey,
add those up on them sheets and make sure you keep an eye on them. Merrick,
give me them hit points.
Merrick, how you feeling? Where's Merrick's head at?
Merrick is feeling pretty good. He's a little worried that our strong and buffed paladin Elgin is going to pull us into something we can't handle, but beyond that, you know, got the bath, did a little recon, and it wasn't for nothing. And now we're going in, so it's time to see just how good our prep is.
All right, and I guess the last person I would ask would be Mr. Stab Poulaire, who is not here, as you probably noticed, and I instead put a handsome dashing rogue picture in his place. That will be representing Stab tonight. But I'll go ahead and I'll try to mimic what Stab would say. Stab, how you feeling tonight down this place? What's going on with Stab's mind? Well, I'm in this dookie water. But we're friends, so it's okay. Okay, Stab, cool, man. I got you. All right. So, if you haven't been with us last time, you probably could tell what the situation these guys are in. They're in some sewers right now. They're actually infiltrating a potential cultist base hidden under a bathhouse for the sake of rooting out some evil that's going on in the city for the Flaming Fists. So here they are. They're going to go in. They're going to check some stuff out. And hopefully not get in over their heads. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, in that case, we are going to swap over to our game page.
I just realized I was muted, but I said I was ready.
I'm glad to know you're ready now. Merrick, you ready, man? I didn't hear you, dude.
I am always ready.
Excellent.
I don't believe that for a second.
So
Insight check me.
back into the sewers. Hold on, I want to get my just a sec.
Oh, there it is. The map was so big, I couldn't see us at first until I scrolled down.
There it is. This is on it. Okay. So yeah, this map is rather large, but you guys are in a room right now that had this huge steel mask just hanging above this gross altar with intestines on them. We were very thorough about the gore that was on the table. Kind of just, not doing much with it and just proceeding on a little bit. Elgin, I believe you were walking towards what looked to be some sort of curtains or tapestries. Did I explain what those looked like last week to you?
Yes, but refresh my memory.
Okay, so this tapestry looks kind of gross. Of course, it looks a little dirty and mucky given the environment, but there's a grisly scene of 4 faceless figures ripping apart a 5th figure that seems to be screaming, drawn on it.
Okay, yeah, that all rings a bell.
All right, you guys are free to go. What would you like to do?
This thing sucks. You said that was it was a faceless figure. This is like tapestry. It's like woven into the curtain.
Yeah, woven into this dangling curtain that's just on this back wall.
And it's 4 faceless beings ripping apart a 5th faceless being.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tongue twister.
Say that 5 times fast.
I'm notating this in my book. I will look at that and I'll sort of look to Elgin and I'll just say, I think we may have stepped into some actual shit, and I'm not referring to. And I'll just broadly gesture everywhere.
Why do you feel that way?
I just motion up towards the mural on the wall, or the tapestry, and I'll say, normal cellars don't have that type of artwork just hanging around, not to mention the murder scene back there.
Well,
Yeah.
we are two cultists.
And
Either
maybe
way, we need to be careful.
Oh, but of course. Well, what do you want to do? We can turn around now, or we can keep going forward.
No, we've come too far to turn around, but and I'll turn back to Stab and Merrick and say, we have to watch our step.
maybe we throw something at them they won't expect. See, Master Doya helped defeat some Orcish bandits that were terrorizing the tradeway. The Orcish bandits would only attack the convoys they saw that weren't defended. If they saw guards, they wouldn't go for them. If they saw troops, they'd fall back. So we throw something at them they don't expect.
Okay. I'm all
A
ears.
shower.
They might actually expect the shower based on our location. But
Wash rag.
maybe they won't expect other cultists who are unhappy with some sloppy work.
Are you suggesting that we disguise ourselves as them?
Not necessarily as the cultists who are supposed to be here, but maybe the cultists that might have fled from, say, El Terrell. There's a chance these guys could be related.
It's worth a shot.
Maybe
they
we
don't have a logbook.
These type of organizations are pretty fast and loose with keeping rolls. I'm thinking maybe if we grab that body and say we just saunter down here with the doors open and nobody doing their proper jobs, we can get deep enough to hit a leader or something real quick.
We can give it a shot. It might get us a little further than before. I don't think we need the body, though.
If we say we found a body floating out there and that the flaming fists are sneaking around the place, I think
Who
it
do
would
you
sell.
think did that to the body?
I bet the cultists did. And we say we found you. You left a body out here. You're going to get yourselves caught.
I don't think they're worried about that. You saw how hidden this place was.
True. I don't know. But I do
never
get the
expected-
feeling something is coming.
I say we pretend to be cultists, but I don't think they're worried about bodies when they've got tapestries and skulls and entrails just laying everywhere in the open.
Everyone's got a fear of something.
What are you implying?
Maybe they're afraid of getting caught before they complete their mission.
I don't understand.
I
What do you think?
Well, whatever we
Dab,
choose to
Go get the
do.
body.
Aye, man, I'll get that body. You just wait. Stab starts wading back to the water and around the corner, out of sight.
I'm just for flavor, I'm going to actually take the holy symbol that I wear around my neck. I'm actually going to tuck it into my armor. Just for right now. And I guess as we wait for Pooh to come back with the body, I'm gonna start making my way downtown. Kind of
Also,
carefully.
Hayes might want to be the one to lead on this. Nothing personal, but tieflings sort of have that reputation, if you know what I mean.
I'll just sort of give you a side eye a little bit.
Hey, I'm not saying I believe it. It's one of those things you hear.
He makes a fair point. I'll actually step back so that Hayes can take the front.
Oh, right. Well, the situations we find ourselves in, right? Okay. Cultist. I am a cultist.
Hey, am I
What would
bringing
a
this with
cultist
us?
do? Ask Merrick. He wanted to bring it. Give it to him. He'll hold it.
Thing's
I'll
really
take it.
old and gross, dude. Okay. Dap walks past you.
I'll just turn back and glance and make sure everybody's there, and I will start making my way, I'm assuming, up these stairs.
Yes, you actually ascend out of the mucky water finally, as you're now on dry land.
I'll sort of shake the muck off as best I can without actually putting my hands on it. I'll walk forward. Oh. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh.
Let me tell you what you see when you walk into this room. So,
Okay.
entering this room, the most obvious thing is you are surrounded by doors. There's not a lot of decoration or decor in this room. However, carved into each door is a different scene. If you tell me which door you want to look at, if you want to look at any of them.
I want to look at the north.
Okay. The north door depicts a powerfully built skull-headed man with long curved blades where his hands should be. Give me an intelligence, or no, give me a religion check.
Oh dear.
For everybody or just Hayes?
Whoever's examining it. If you want to examine it too, you can roll as well. Okay. Both Elgin and Hayes, you recognize this figure on the door or what it represents. It represents Baal, the chaotic, evil god of murder.
Well, all right, and I'll look at the door on the right.
Okay. I won't make you roll again since I'll just roll off your last intelligence religious roll. The eastern door has a carving of the lawful evil god of tyranny, Bane. He's depicted as a tall, armored man wearing a bucket helm, and his right gauntlet is painted black and clutches a set of shackles.
And what's he's the god of what?
He is the god of tyranny. Tyrant-like activity.
And then I'll look at the third one.
The third
and
one,
final door.
or the southern door, is a carving of Myrkul, the neutral evil lord of bones. He is portrayed as a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl, and in his skeletal hands he is clutching a screaming human skull.
How do you spell his name?
Myrkul. Myrkul.
And I recognize all these as well as Elgin?
As well as Elgin, yeah.
Mhm.
You both recognize all of those figures carved in the doors.
Well, I see 3 doors, 3 gods. Are these the dead 3?
I think you hit the nail right on the head with the hammer.
Well, I hope to leave most of the hammer wielding to you, but I want to go up to the southern door.
Okay.
That has a miracle on it, and I want to try to listen and see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Sure. So, all of these doors, as you put your ear to the door, it's soft, rotting wood. And looking at the other doors or glancing at them, you could get the same idea. So, stuff looks pretty old and worn. Make a perception check for me. Okay. You put your ear to the door, and you hear silence. Nothing but the dripping sound of water droplets around you echoing through the chamber.
Okay, I'll open the door.
All right.
If it's unlocked.
It is. Let me grab that door for you.
Thanks, Dad.
So you grab hold of the door, which I made a really, really, really tiny dynamic lighting thing. I'm having trouble grabbing. Okay. Screw it. Door's gone. You open up the door, and immediately before you step in, let me tell you what you see. So, the first thing you see before anything else are bodies on the floor. Specifically, I'm gonna ping them for you. There's a body there.
Drowning pool was here.
I'm still a diamond in.
I didn't see the pings, yeah.
There, and there. Lying on the floor of this otherwise empty room are the pale bodies of 3 humans in filthy black robes, arranged in a triangular formation. A lit torch lies between them. A rough-hewn staircase that leads to the left leads down to another torchlit chamber.
I'll kind of call back to Elgin. Someone was here recently. Torch.
And these bodies. Can we maybe investigate these bodies? Maybe see if we can figure out the method of their, like, does this look like a ritual?
I'm not walking in the room yet. Is there a rock or anything on the ground you can pick up?
I wouldn't say there's any rocks nearby in this room that you could just grab and throw. But you could throw something you already have on you, or...
I
have an idea.
I'm gonna conjure my mage hand. Oh, go ahead, Elgin.
Oh, no, it sounds like you actually have a better idea.
I can't really see into the room from where I'm at, but I'd like to ask a question.
Sure.
Are any of these bodies matching the 3 that I saw go in, like cloakwise and all that? Because you said 3, and that number strikes a chord.
The cloaks do look similar.
Got it. Go ahead, Mr. Hayes.
All right. Do you relay that information to us?
I will. I'll be like,
you hold on to that.
These could be the same 3 people I saw walk in last night.
Oh. Right. And I'll kind of stroke my chin with the mage hand, and then I'll take the mage hand and I will float it into the room. And I would like to pick up the torch with the mage hand.
Okay. You pick up the torch with your mage hand, and it slowly lifts into the air.
I want to take it to one of the cultists and hold it to their robe.
Okay, so you're trying to light the robe on fire, or are you just holding it to the robe?
I assume that by holding it to the robe, it would probably catch fire.
Okay, yes, that would be the end result. So you take that torch in your mage hand and you put it on. Can you ping which one for me?
You said the bodies were here, here, and here?
Yeah, so basically like right in front of you, and then the corners.
I'll do the one right in front of me then. I'll kind of pull the torch back towards me and light that one on fire.
Okay, so you pull your mage hand back a bit and just lower it down to this body and put the torch on its back. It looks like the robes are a little damp. As you're holding it there for a moment, nothing's happening, but eventually it does catch on fire and start to spread. And within seconds, immediately, this figure hops up, like shuffling and just trying to rip their robe off as the other 2 hop up as well and branch their weapons. And we are going...
Well, diplomacy's off, boys.
into some initiative.
Oh, goody gumdrop.
All right.
Thought you'd pull us by not having them as tokens.
So make sure you have your token selected and when you do your roll. I will roll for Mr. Stab.
By the way, you can minimize the turn order on the stream one if you wanted, just by double-clicking the top part of it.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Looks like it's got all y'all here. Cool. Dab rolled. I don't think I ever cleared it from the last time we actually played this game. Oh my god.
No, it's looks correct on my screen.
You got Elgin here with a 12, and then Elgin with a 5.1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're about like on your side of those things. I was like, I just should have a 5.12.
I can just delete the old ones.
Yeah.
Let's see, so check, and check. Hayes did not roll a 1 this time, so very good. Okay, now I can add my enemies. So something's going to happen to this one. Since you held that torch to it, it is going to take a bit of fire damage. This did catch on fire until it finally got that robe off. As it's going to take 2 immediate damage.
Even count 1.
All right, that'll bring us to the top of the initiative. Hayes, you are first to act. Right now you have a mage hand out with a torch that's, I'm assuming, just pulled slightly back since this figure jumped up.
Yeah. I'll turn back to Elgin and the rest, and I'll say, "I knew it, heathens." And I think, let me make sure this is not a bad idea. Okay. How much damage did he take from the fire?
2.
Okay. I am going to. My hand begins to slowly like cover in frost, and a blade of ice forms in my hand, and I would shoot it out as I cast Ice Knife, which I need to make a ranged spell attack. It's gonna be a 13 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay,
Ooh.
so he takes. Let me make sure this is right. 1d10 piercing damage. He and the other two also, they all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, so it's a dex save. Is it the
It's
prime?
both.
Oh, all
So-
of them make a dex save?
Yeah. So I shoot the ice blade. It pierces through him, and then when it comes out the other side, it shatters
Oh, wow.
and deals AOE. So
Okay.
he takes 6 piercing, and then all 3 of them also need to make a dex save.
I'll go ahead and do the 6 piercing on this this character as the dagger flows through them and just that you could see almost a slit cutting through them, and then when it reaches the center of the room, just shatters. And let's see who it hits. Oh, it's Whisper in the room. Hold on, I want y'all to see him. Trying to figure out how I set them to whisper. There should have been an option to add that here. There it is.
Yep. So there you go. Yeah, you got it.
Whispers. Okay.
You have to do that once for each monster type.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it for each one.
So 3 dex savings throws. It's not looking good for
That's
them. I think they all
3
fail.
failures, and all 3 of them take 8 cold damage.
Ooh.
Okay, this one up front, the dagger pierces, and then just more shards just pierce through their back as their already burned body just falls to the floor in front of you. The 2 in the back both just get pelted with ice.
I will then look back at the rest and say, right, you guys, I've done my part, and I will step to the side. I'll actually step back here.
Okay.
At which point my mage hand also disappears, and that torch would have fallen to the ground.
Okay, it drops back to the ground. I'll say it's just kind of laying to the side, right in the doorway. That'll take us to one of the enemies, specifically this one in the back left corner. She is going to step out in the middle of the room next to her companion's dead body, hold out her hand at the only thing she could see straight ahead, would be a merit,
Yay.
and fire off a Claws of the Grave as this dark energy shaped like a claw comes flying towards you.
Oh.
But fortunately, you're able to see it coming and dodge out of the way of it as this thing just dissipates right over your head.
I'd like to claim for story-wise that I have the body and block it with that.
Yeah, use the bloated body. Did you dragged it up the stairs with you? Is it up there with you right now?
It should be. I never set it down.
Okay, then I'll say you, right before it hit you, just held this gross, bloated, soaked with water corpse, and the claws just ravaged it a bit. That would bring us to Stab, who, see, what would Stab do? Stab probably just run in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stab probably run in. Stab is going to move around this corpse and jump into the room and go for a stab on this cultist in the middle.
How on brand.
Which he easily does as he slinks around the corner and just shanks her right in the ribs. And, right when he pulls that dagger out, she just falls flat down. He will then, I believe he has a bonus action, run up to this other one with his other dagger and follow through with his bonus action stab. Wow. Okay. And he He again catches this one in the ribs, but not quite as in a critical spot, as she is looking extremely hurt. And then he's going to cunning action. It's good when y'all don't have many moves. I can play any of y'all right now, right? He's gonna jump away and kind of get around the corner here in these steps. Merrick.
When he dropped this body that I was carrying, and let's go for a dagger. I'd like to throw my dagger.
You try to throw your dagger in the room? Okay. You have
at this.
You got line of sight.
I think this is the right spot.
It is the right spot, but I don't think that is gonna hit. Let me confirm that. Nope. You throw your dagger and it just against the wall, just barely missing her. Anything else?
I'm going to step into the room to go ahead and get to a position to reclaim my dagger.
Okay. You just kind of, you miss and you're kind of like, I'll just get in a minute. You just walk into the room and just wait.
It's like,
That'll take us to our next necromite here, cultist. That one's dead on the ground, so it's not doing anything. Elgin.
Oh, well. I'm going to step into the room. Said, which one of these guys is
This one is just bleeding right now badly.
What about this one right here? Is that the one that's
on the ground out here? Actually, I can put these on to help y'all out. I normally put these on this time.
Okay, so here, what I want to do is, just because, why not? I can do this. I'm gonna use one of my little at-will abilities. We're gonna let's see. Wait. Is this yes. I'm just gonna step into the room and I'm just gonna point at the last one. And I'm just gonna simply say, rest in peace. And then that is the spell. I'm casting Toll of the Dead.
Okay. That is. Hey, now kind of. Does it make a?
He needs to make a wisdom save.
Yeah, it makes a wisdom save against
14.
DC 14.
See if this thing can succeed on some wisdom. I don't think it can. Nope. It is completely vulnerable to this mental necrotic attack you're doing on him. Go ahead and hit the damage for me.
Not wise.
Let's see here. Oh, it'll be
8.
Should be 8.
It says if the target's missing any of its hit points, it takes 1d12 necrotic, right?
Oh, 1d12. Never mind. Oh, then
you can just click the 1d12 and it'll do it.
Click that 1d12. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let's wait. Where did it get? Bam.
That's cool how it showed
So he takes
up like
11.
That. Okay, that is okay. You literally like. I'm assuming Toll of the Dead kind of does like a ringing inside their head that just tears at their brain. This thing's head, just blood is just pouring out of her ears. Her head swells and swells as she stumbles to the ground and stops moving. And we are out of combat.
Well, that's 3 heathens by my count.
Indeed, I believe that count is correct. Do you think they were sleeping, or were they playing possum? Did they hear us?
That was an ambush.
I think we were being played.
But we ended up being the players. Yes.
It was a very smooth move there, Hayes. It was wise. Very good play setting one of them on fire. Otherwise, we might have walked into a trap.
Indeed, and we still have plenty of time to do just that, so don't praise me just yet.
Well, do we want to keep going through this door?
I'll kind of
Down this pathway.
look down this hallway. Do these stairs go up or down?
Those stairs go down.
What
Is that
condition
torch still lit?
Yeah, I was going to say, what condition are like the torch and their robes and things like that?
Well, one of the robes is completely burned up. These other two still have robes on them. Most of them are filled with ice that's quickly melted, so it's not going to last that long. This one down here is soaked in blood. Also, Stab had a torch out. I forgot to mention. He'll pick it back up. I'll say he dropped it when combat started, so he's carrying a torch right now.
I'd also like to try to recover my dagger.
Sure, you can pick it back up.
Okay.
Haze, when you take a step down those steps and look into that room, you see 4 black candles just positioned all around this sarcophagus. Also some rubble along the walls. What else? Looks like this chamber partially collapsed at some point.
Can I see what's in that sarcophagus from standing up on the stairs?
Not from where you are.
Okay. I'll turn to the group and say, something is here, and I'll conjure up my mage hand again, and I'll want to float it over to the sarcophagus, and I just want to knock one of those black candles off like a cat would.
Okay.
Okay.
You take your mage hand and kind of just backhand one of the candles off, and it flings to the ground and rolls a little bit and then just stops.
I don't trust already open sarcophagus. Sarcophagi? Whatever it is. Would you like to come out down here and check this out? Could be more heathens. I'll kind of move.
I'm gonna step directly in front of the sarcophagus or whatever it is. Actually, I kind of want to. Let's see. I want to use, because I haven't used it in a while. I'm gonna use Divine Sense. I'm using another instance of my Divine Sense because I assume it only lasts for like so long. Here, let's there you go. And I want to get an idea of what all I sense. Do I sense anything like coming off of this sarcophagus or anything within the area that we just passed?
So it looks like you have a 60-foot radius of detecting this stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately, once you cast your Divine Sense, your attention is pulled to the southern wall and beyond, as you can sense some sort of undead energy or dark energy beyond. But almost overriding that is this pleasant, beautiful hum that's coming from the sarcophagus right in front of you.
Well, that was unexpected.
What?
Typically, when I use my divine senses, things like evil, negative energies, they tend to smell bad. But good things, positive energies, they tend to sound pleasant, like music. And for whatever reason, in this hellish place we find ourselves in, I can't get past that I'm sensing this tune here coming from this as I gesture at the sarcophagus.
When you gesture towards it, are you looking inside of it as well?
I'm not necessarily looking inside. I'm just kind of like I'm looking down at it. I haven't because it's not opened yet.
It is open.
It is okay. Yeah, I am looking down into it. Then yeah.
Okay. When you gesture to it and look down inside, you see an old, moldy corpse laying there with its hands on its chest. But directly under its hands, you see a mace made of what looks like gold and a few gems inlaid in the top of it. Also, 4 red rounded bottles on the sides of the corpse.
Fancy hammer.
Well, I think we're being offered something here, my friends. I have a good feeling about this. I don't know why, but I do.
I take your word for it.
I'm gonna reach. I guess. Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna reach into the sarcophagus. At the mace and for the mace first, and see if I can if the corpse parts with it.
Okay. When you reach inside and grasp the mace, your mind is briefly taken to a different place. You feel like you're in a peaceful field or environment that's to where there's nothing evil, nothing wrong, or nothing bad around you. And it makes you feel very relaxed. But it almost feels like something from the outside of this realm of peace, something's trying to stab inward or break that barrier, but remains outside of it. Your vision returns to you shortly after.
Ah.
Kind of squint and look at Elgin as he seems to come to. I'll tap him on the shoulder. Everything okay?
Yeah. I saw something when I touched that mace. It I don't know. I don't know if it's a sign of things to come. A warning, perhaps. Maybe a sign that something evil is lurking just outside of our sight.
I'll kind of look around and look at the black candles and everything, and I'll say, that's, I'd say yes, that's safe to assume.
I add equipment to your inventory, Elgin.
Oh, sweet!
Looking down into the sarcophagus, looking at the little red bottles, I'd like to pick one of those up and inspect it.
You pick up the red vial and give it a good look over. Well, first let me ask this. Do you have an herbalism or alchemy kit?
I have not much, because I'm a weak bitch. No, I do not have an herbalism or an alchemy kit.
Okay. I think I'll just count... We'll count Vial's medicine. We'll see how we go with that. So make a medicine check for me.
I found some juice.
You found some juice?
Is anyone thirsty?
Juice?
I turn back to Merrick and I hold it up like, thirsty? There's 4.
I don't think that's juice, my friend. Also, while they were inspecting this room to the left, was there anything interesting on our 3 dark ladies?
All 3 of them had... Let me find them here. There we go. All 3 of them seem to have skull flails at their hips. Well, a couple on the ground now as they pulled them out to fight, but never even had an opportunity to swing. They got gibbed.
No other interesting items, notes, plans of attack?
Nothing like that, but if you're rifling through them that thoroughly, make a investigation check for me. Do it with advantage.
All right. That would be that one.
Okay. Going through their belongings and whatnot, just seeing what they have, you don't find anything additional. You just see all the skull flails that they had, and then the robes and whatnot. But you did notice on the inner lining, on each corpse you checked that was still legible, there's a screaming skull embroidered in it.
Interesting. The mostly undamaged robe off the center one, I'd like to grab that and hold on to it.
Okay. Add one Miracle robes. It's a custom item. Miracle, either way. Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I will pick up the rest of the vials, and I'll just walk around and I'll start just handing them out. Just here, one for you.
Alright.
And I'll walk up to Merrick and stab and hand one each to them.
Okay. Anyone who wants to try to identify these, you can do a medicine check, by the way.
I would like to identify.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if none of us know what this is.
I'm dying.
Please let it be a 15 DC.
I'm gonna check as well. I'm just gonna look at it, see if I can tell what it is as well.
Okay. Merrick, you have no idea. It's just a red liquid. Elgin,
You say?
you're able to determine that this is, in fact, a basic healing potion.
Oh.
Fancy juice.
It's healing juice is what it is.
It is.
And it specifically
juice.
heals 2d4 plus, I believe it was 2. You can add
It is 2d4 plus 2, yeah.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
To add them in D&D Beyond, go to Equipment, click Manage Equipment, and then under Filter, just type in Health Potion, and then you can add it to your equipment.
Got you.
Potion of healing.
Oh yeah, Potion of Healing. This is a specific name.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't see this health potion.
Yeah. No.
Is
Oh,
it
right.
the regular
typed-
one, right?
I just
Yeah.
typed in, like, healing or something.
Okay, got it. I got it. Oh, Dungeon Master. You said there was something. You said I sensed something to the south.
Yes.
Earlier. Like the south of the room that we are currently in,
No,
or
it feels-
just the south in general.
the south in general. It feels a little distant.
Okay.
But you feel something just tugging at you from the south, and it doesn't feel good.
Okay, got you. Just want to make sure.
Something out there, old chap?
There's something lurking just beyond us. It's something terrible, very foul, evil. I don't know exactly what it is, but whatever it is triggering my divine senses.
I'll keep that in mind.
Do we want to check the other two rooms?
I believe we have to, yes, at this point. And since I did not stop to look at this, do any of these cultist robes look passable?
Just one, which Merrick currently has.
Oh,
Wait,
Merrick,
I'll trade?
okay.
Oh yeah. The rest of them are all like either burnt up or like shredded with ice.
Yeah, covered in blood.
Covered.
Oh, we could always do help me.
Are you just like holding it in your arms?
Thrown over my shoulder or something. Just sitting there.
If you'd like, I can pretend to be a cultist and walk into the next room.
Sure. And I will give him the Merkel robes, which I have had for 2 minutes.
Add a pair of miracle robes. Custom.
Miracle.
It's not in the equipment thing, so I've just got it for now. I'll kind of, is it like a zipper in the front? What is, how do I put this thing on?
Think like almost monk robes. It would go over you, and it has a hood, and it also has at the waist. It kind of tie to you.
Okay. I'll throw it over my head and put it on, and tie the little tassels. And I'll say, right. Well, I guess we'll just systematically go door to door. And I'll walk back up in the room here. And I'll put my ear up to this door as well.
Okay.
Whose side of you? Is there like a code word so that we don't actually shoot you or anything like that?
That's, yes, probably a good idea.
Should it be periwinkle?
I like it. Yes. Periwinkle.
Okay.
So, any heathen that does not say periwinkle will be smited.
I will use it in a sentence as well. As to
Very
not draw
wise.
attention.
Look, if we're about to shoot you, you might want to start just yelling it.
Periwinkle! Periwinkle!
Yeah, I'll put my ear up to the door.
Okay, make a perception check for me. All right, you place your ear on this soggy, soft door and listen for a moment. And it doesn't sound like anything's on the immediate other side of this door.
I'll turn back to Elgin and I'll motion for him to kind of step to the side.
All right.
I'd like to ready my bow to fire into the room if I see a threat.
Sure.
And I'll just confidently open the door.
Okay. You grab hold of the door handle and swing it on open.
And I'll step in and say, "What?
You are met with a long, empty hallway.
I'll kind of turn, and just I'll give Merrick just kind of a look like I'm gonna keep going, and I turn and I just start strolling at a regular pace down this hallway.
Step in and motion to Elgin and Pooh that he's continuing.
Okay. I'll just nod.
Yo, we still bringing this gross body with us?
No, after they seem to be ready for us, so plan A is definitely off the table.
Okay.
I see some shit.
You do, actually. Let me tell you what happens when you step out in there. As your team is behind. Hold on, team. Can't go rushing forward right now. Hayes, you step down into some more gross water and enter this next room. And let me tell you what you see. The eastern part of this room is unlit, flooded and braced with floor-to-ceiling wooden beams. Rough-hewn steps rise out of the murky water at the western portion of the room, which is dry, and lit by two torches and sconces that flank a stone altar. It's kind of hard to see from here, but it looks like there is a sickly man shackled to a wall behind said altar in a loincloth with a burlap sack over his head. You also see someone standing in front of him, kind of just poking at him with a spear.
Like stabbing into him, or just like kind of give him a little
Prodding
poke?
him.
It looks more like prodding. The man is whimpering and just kind of calling out, no, stop, please, no! Like, very, very wimpy sounding.
I haven't been noticed yet.
No, you have not. Have not been noticed yet.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step back behind the wall.
Okay.
And I'll
Everybody
wait.
else can move now if you want to.
Okay.
I'll wait till
We'll
everybody
start
kinda...
making our way down.
We're leaving the gross body behind, right?
Oh yeah, we definitely left the gross body behind.
And as soon as you get to the bottom of the stairs, Merrick, I'm gonna hold my hand up to stop you before you walk into the water and make noise.
We still have Pass Without a Trace running from last time. I mean, we haven't been down here super long, have we?
When did you cast it?
I wouldn't imagine.
When we entered the swampy area.
I would
How
say
long does
since
it
it's
last?
been a week and I think it lasts an hour. I'm gonna say no in this case.
Okay. We doing this sneaky beaky like or guns blazing?
I'll look back and say, there's, I believe, an innocent man in there. Maybe not innocent. Who am I to say? Regardless, there's a man and someone else prodding him with a spear. I can go and pretend I'm here for the party. I don't know. I may be able to get some information. If you guys are just ready to back me up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see if you can lure their line of sight away from this doorway. Go deep in the room, get them looking that way.
Right, let me think how I want to do this. Right, all right. And I'll just sort of nod and I'll take a deep breath, kind of hype myself up, and I will just kind of confidently march in.
Okay, as slushing sounds are now heard once you step up that far, both of these figures turn around and shout out, this one specifically shouts out, "Halt, halt! Who goes there?"
It's me. There's been an attack.
And who is me? The character steps forward. You can now see much more clear what they look like. Let me pull this one up.
I think in my head, I knew they had a roll book. I knew it.
So this one that stepped towards you seems to be clad in some type of robe in addition to some chain armor, still holding a spear in their hand. The one next to him looks to be a woman in much more tough gear. She's wielding some chainmail as well, but has a shield in her arm and a mace in her other. She hasn't said anything, though. She's just kind of staring at you. Okay, now you can go ahead and respond.
I will, let me pull something up real quick. I will say, let me think how I want to say this. I'll say it's me, Hilxas. I'm here from up north. The issues with Elturel. I've been sent here. I was let in. I was vetted. Everything's fine. I'll say there was a dead man floating right when I got down here, and additionally, the three that were in the southern room, one of them was burned. Was this your doing?
Make a deception check for me with advantage.
Ooh.
Okay. This one stares at you for just a moment, and then turns his head halfway and says, "Kazira, you sound right. Sent someone down?" Now, Kazira will just look over at the man that's been yelling at you, and then just look back to you, Hayes, but not raise their weapons. She's just kind of staring. The man will take one more step down the stairs and say, "Tell me about this attack. People were burned. We did not burn anyone. We only were having fun with this poor idiot." And he points behind him.
I'll kind of lean around and take a look at the guy, and I'll let out a chuckle. Indeed. Yes, I didn't see anyone coming or going, but the three men in the room just around the bend there, one of them was heavily burned, the other one stabbed. I assumed they were caught doing something they shouldn't have and were punished, as well as the man floating at the entrance. And I come and find you poking this man. One can only make assumptions. I'm new here.
Hiskal got what he deserved. You don't leave once you join. That's not an option. As for the others,
Agreed.
if there's an intruder, then I'm sure he'll be dealt with. By us when they come along, or maybe even you. I haven't seen you before, but Kazira thinks you're okay, then... Well, perhaps you're maybe worth some salt. Find these intruders. Deal with them.
I have proven myself many times over, and I'm happy to find these... whoever's intruded. However, I did see some footsteps leading out when I came in. I assumed it was some of you walking in and out.
Depending on the time, there's some of us coming and going. We're on guard for this one now, since it might be worth some money. A sacrifice. He will not be for now.
Perhaps the intruders were injured and decided to leave. There was a lot of blood in that room. Speaking of fun, what are you doing with this fool?
Well, and he turns his back to you and starts walking away. Kazira seems to still just be kind of staring at you and says, this one, and just takes his free hand and slaps the ribs of this character, which just starts going, oh, no, please, no, leave me alone. Says, this one was unfortunate enough to have one bodyguard guarding him. A noble, walking with one guard. The job was easy.
In Baldur's Gate?
In Lower City, too. He turns to face you again. He says it'll be worth some money, nobles and whatnot. We're just waiting for the word.
Interesting. What house is he from?
Oh, house. What house? Who keeps up with these damn things? He turns to the figure on the wall again and starts shouting, You! Your family! What family were you from again? Your noble house. And the man is still just kind of shaking as he starts to meekly speak finally. Because it was right in front of me. Hold on a second. House Keenel. House Keenel, please. They'll pay.
House
They'll pay
Keenel.
good.
Your people have run this city into the ground for long enough. We'll get what you're worth and then some. And I'll look over to the more heavily armored one and then back at the one that was talking to me. And I'll say, regardless of his guards accompanying him, how did you get him down here without anyone seeing?
The cult has many methods of transporting people. The Dead Three lead all different sects for different specialties. You should know this.
Of course I know this. I'm asking not the mentality or the methods you use. I'm asking, did you literally walk this man in the front door of the bathhouse? You know the Flaming Fists are patrolling everywhere right now.
There's more than one way in this place.
Right. Very well. I will go double check and make sure that there's not an intruder somewhere else down here. You deal with House Beeble or whatever his name is.
Ha! That I will. Pokedum's always fun. And he starts to run his spear across the man again, who starts whimpering.
And you said there's a bag over his head?
Yes.
I'll summon my mage hand, like right in front of his head, and I'll take it and I'll just flick his forehead with it.
You flick his forehead
and
he
then
starts...
I'll dissipate it.
He starts shouting, No, please, just not the face again, not the head, no, please.
Ah, yes, the moneymaker. That always gets them talking. And I'll turn and start to walk away. I'll make sure there are no periwinkles down here. Turn around the corner, and I give like the biggest, oh my fucking god face at Merrick, just staring back at me.
Wrong on you. Although I got to a point where I could see you coming, so I'm not about to shoot you.
I'll walk past, and then up onto the stairs so I'm not sloshing. Right. They have a noble down there. There's only 2 that I can see, but they seem to know what they're doing, and I think they know the way around. Here, they said there's more than one entrance, and that they're holding this man to take a ransom.
We gotta free this guy, right?
Yes, I believe it is our duty. But we are not going to do so quietly, for sure.
We might be able to get into the room quietly. How deep is this water?
About 2 feet. It is considered difficult terrain while moving in it.
Do we want to see how far we can get into this room without them noticing us? And then just go for it from there?
Surprise, I think, is always the best option.
Then... How well lit up was this room?
So the room you're in is currently lit by torchlight, thanks to Stab's torch that he's currently holding.
But what about the this room? Where it's all wet.
There was light where the let me ping it. There was light over here, specifically.
So somewhere I can't see. That's what I'm going. It's not like right here is lit up.
No. There are 2 sconces lighting the area. The watery area has no light at all.
Well, let's try sneaking. See if we can get into the room. Take a shot if anybody gets alerted. What do you say?
As I'm like taking the robe back off and I'm putting it in my backpack. Let me see if I can just add like a robe. Yeah, here we go. I'll just add robes. I'll put them in my bag and kind of straighten out my jacket and say, I think that's our best shot. Perhaps Elgin can get close and look, one of them is... When I left the room, the one kind of provoking the noble was wielding a spear, heavier armor than what we just fought against. The other one is another one wearing a bit heavier armor and a shield. Didn't say a word when I was in there, but I did get them to believe that I was a cultist named Hilxus from north.
And they bought it.
They bought it. Well, one of them did, at least. I'm not sure about the other one, but they didn't throw anything at me, so...
And it's just them down here.
From what I could see. There's more hallways branching off of this. I don't know what's there.
And they have a hostage.
Indeed they do. A noble. Perhaps he will pay well if we bring him back alive.
I'd like to get really low in this water, like just head sticking out if I can. I know I'll probably have to get flat or prone to do it, and I'd like to try to start moving into this room slowly against the back edge.
I'm like mid-sentence when I see this. I'm just... Ugh. I've seen some disgusting things on the sea, but this is a new low.
Make a stealth check for me, Merrick.
You got it.
Yep.
Well, I'm committed. I'm in the poo water. I'm going to try to slide against this back wall. Maybe they can't see me.
Elgin, how do you want to do this? I can see what one of us wants to do already.
Well, under normal circumstances, I would just walk up and start hitting them, but
could
Part of me wonders if they'll try and kill the hostage first.
I could try and distract them, pull their gaze away from the door like we talked about previously. Perhaps I could alert them to some non-existent threat, even though there is a threat. I could bring them, and maybe one of them, to the hallway. I don't know.
Are either of these two people up on this thing looking in my direction, or are they concentrating on the prisoner?
The one you can see, the one with the spear, seems to still be looking at the prisoner. You can't see the one below well enough to tell.
You could... I'll look at Elgin again and say, you could be my prisoner. I could get you close.
Fine.
Right.
Let's do this. You should probably hold my weapon.
Yes. And I'll pull the robes back out and put them back on kind of as quick as I can. Throw the hood up, and I'll take his weapon, and I'll say, Stab, stay around the corner and be ready to sprint out as best you can when things hit the fan. I'll try and distract them. Look, Elgin, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a little rough here, but we have to get their attention to the south.
Do your worst. Make it look good.
You taking his weapon and shield?
Yeah, I'll take his weapon and shield.
Yep.
I see them getting prepped for this. Can I attempt to hide in this position? Using Mask of the Wild?
Show me Mask of the Wild.
I assume I'm fairly obscured in this water.
Going on a heist.
You are quite obscured. If you're wanting to sit in position, yeah, you can go ahead and do another check.
Okay. Nobody saw me get this far. Let's do it again.
Feel like you are the poopy water.
He's the poop.
Uh,
He's the poop layer.
I'll put Elgin's shield on my back, and I will have the mace in my hand, and I'm just gonna grab you kind of by the back of your tunic, like behind your neck there, and I'll say, "All right, you piece of filth," and I'll kind of drag you just kind of roughly out into the waters. And I'll look back up at the altars as I'm kind of dragging you, and I'll keep you kind of in front of me.
Okay.
The woman steps forward with a bow drawn already, looking down at you. And, the man turns around and says, "Oh, what's that? Well, you again? Who's this?"
What is this to my south? This red... Is this a wall?
Yeah, that's just wall. I forgot to put the lighting there, but yeah, that's wall.
I'll take Elgin. I'm gonna take you and kind of roughly shove you forward towards the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna when he does so, I'm gonna drop to one knee to kind of sell it.
Yeah. So yeah, I move you up one square on there, and I'll kind of walk up, and with the mace in hand, I'll say, "This piece of garbage was patrolling through the water down here. I think this is the one that, well, you know, in the other room. I think he got lost."
You got lost in the wrong place, didn't you? As the one up top with his free hand cocks his arm back and goes to slug you.
Okay.
I'll say, "Hold on a moment. Before we commence the fun, you were wielding the mace you pulled out of that sarcophagus, right?"
No, I was just using my normal warhammer.
Where's the fancy mace?
Oh, it would have been in my bag.
It's in your... Okay. So I'll take your mace, and I'm just gonna throw it on the stairs, like right next to you, and I'll say, "On top of what he was doing, and this is in your arm's reach.
Okay.
And I've still kind of got my hand on, like, grabbed around the back of your tunic, and I'll say, I believe he was looting as well.
Looting? And what has he stolen then? What have you taken off of him?
Well, I pull his shield off of my back and I throw it down on the floor right next to it. This and I open his satchel, his backpack, and I'm not gonna take it out, but I'll kind of hold it up to the side where they can see the mace in there. I believe he pulled this out of the sarcophagus in the other room.
The mace. That damn blessed mace. You stupid inbred. And he takes his spear and looks like he's about to try and stab you, Elgin.
I want to shoot that if he's about to stab Elgin.
Okay, yeah, you guys can make a reaction. Are you firing your bow?
Yeah, it's on you now, Elgin.
I'm
firing you the tools. I threw the tools on the ground.
All right. I'm gonna if I can't, I am gonna go for my weapons.
Okay, so you're immediately like you're not acting like you're held anymore, but you're reaching for your stuff.
Actually, you know what? I kind of want to wait. I want to wait to see if Merrick's taking the shot. I want to use his shot as a distraction.
Merrick took the shot.
Oh, Merrick took the shot. Okay, well then let's go. Oh, never mind. The shot has been fired.
Oh,
the shot's fired. Now I'm immediately grabbing my things.
That is gonna hit, and I'll say during that time when he gets hit, you can reach for your items and go ahead and grab them. But we have some combat.
I'm snatching them up, and I'm throwing the shield. I'm actually gonna keep the shield on my back, and I'm picking up it was the warhammer you threw down right beside me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, picking up the warhammer, and I am going. And basically, I'm about to play batting cages.
All right, show me some initiative, everybody.
I will feign like I've been thrown back as he grabs his weapons and stands up. Like I'm still in character, and I'll say,
"Okay, I gotcha."
You garbage.
And that should be
everybody. One of them is slower than me.
Stab will be up first. His back was against the wall, just listening. He's sitting there saying to himself, "I should have gotten involved. I should have done something." But, guys, I'm gonna help. And he runs out into the water. I don't think he can go that far though. So he has.
I'm gonna help.
Yeah, he is encumbered and he's in difficult terrain, so he can move a whole 2 times before he is stuck. Unless his cunning action allows him to like dash. Let me look at that.
He should have cunning action dash.
Yep, he has cunning action dash.
Unless it's something he gets later.
Which he will do. As he is going to move 2 more times, trying to get close, but not close enough. Does he have a? Wait, tell me he packed a bow.
He's encumbered.
I don't think he had any long range on him.
He can throw a knife, but that's not the best thing in the world, probably.
Stab unsheathed his short bow he's had this entire time. And, and he's going to fire at the one he saw Merrick shoot at because he wants to try and be cool like Merrick just was. But he is going to absolutely miss as the arrow almost hits the man in the back, flying past the tall, daunting figure. That'll take us to Merrick.
I'm going to shoot my bow. And first I have to do the hit thing.
You do. You did it backwards, but you fire off another shot. You firing at the same target?
Same target. Just waylaying in on him. He's not going to hurt my friend.
Okay. I don't think I added your damage from hit him for 4, right? Oh, yeah,
So,
it did.
yeah.
Never mind.
I was just about to ask if one of them was damaged.
Okay, this one up top takes another shot. He's looking pretty pissed off right now. He's got 2 arrows sticking him from the same person. Anything else, Merrick?
I'm going to shout out, "Don't you touch him!"
Okay, that's going to take us to Azira. which she will take her mace, and Elgin, since you're right in front of her, she's going to try and just whop you with it.
Oh.
Let me fix the whisper. And there we go. Okay, here comes the whop. All right.
Ooh.
As she goes to swing, it's almost like she had her eyes on Hayes for so long, and she didn't recognize you as enough of a threat, because as she swings, she just puts a little too much into it and almost stumbles partly down the stairs to your side. She ends up dropping her weapon as she stumbles. Hayes, you're up.
I'll kind of yell out, he has friends! And you said this is a wall down here?
Yeah, it's a wall right to your south. Which I could probably fix that right now, actually, real quick. I'll do that. Boom, bop, beep, bop, boom. That was on the object layer. God damn it.
You should be able to just right-click it and send it. No, you can't do it to you can't do that.
And let there be no
let's see.
light. Cut off.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna try. I don't know how believable this will be, but I'm gonna kind of stand up from the water like I've been thrown back from when Elgin grabbed his stuff. And I'll say, I'll look at Stab and point my hand at him and say, "Get away from her!" And I assume it's a chick, right?
What are you trying to do? You trying to convince them you're still on their side?
Yes.
Do a performance check. Okay, you seem pretty legit still. Helping out with what's going on here.
And I'll point my hand at Pooh, and I'll pretend to kind of stumble as the frost ray leaves my hand, and I'll cast Ray of Frost at this one here.
Okay, go ahead and fire off a Ray of Frost.
A 25
Holy
to
cow.
Good God.
2 cold damage.
Yeah, that is definitely gonna hit.
And I'll like pretend fall in the water. Shit!
The lady, Poultice, will turn and kind of just face you again, but you don't hear anything, and you can't really see her face with her armor on. She's just kind of staring at you. You assume glaring, but you can't tell. Anything else you doing?
Yes, I'll stand. Well, I'll move. Let's see. This is difficult terrain. I'll move kind of back around here.
Okay, you move around the corner. So you got some cover.
End of turn. Yeah.
Elgin.
Yes. You know what? It's been a while since I've slapped something, so what I'm gonna do is let's just go ahead and bust this. I'm gripping my warhammer with both hands, and I'm gonna go ahead and look. The woman who stumbled, is she like did she regain her footing any at all?
Yeah, she's still, Yignath is still standing, and she's turned and facing your direction, but all she has is her shield in her arm. She doesn't have her mace in her arm right now, or other arm.
You know, I do have principles. So you know what? I'm gonna swing on the one who's been damaged.
Okay.
And apparently not hit him at all.
Yeah, he's able to parry off your attack with one of his spears.
Oh, and then I guess yeah, that's all I got, I guess.
Okay, in that case, that will bring us to Yignath. who is going to take his spear, and he's going to try to stab you, Elgin, for his first strike. Oof.
Well,
As he
shit.
finds a gap in your armor. I like the way it does critical strikes here. He stabs into your armor just through a gap, and is able to just cut you hard for 14 piercing damage.
Oh Lord! Good thing I had those temporary hit points.
Yeah. Jesus.
He then is going to shout, using his multi-attack, for his ally to strike right now. Which she kind of glances over at him for just a moment, and doesn't seem to have a weapon in her hand right now. So she's going to attempt to make an unarmed attack on you, Elgin.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't have an armed strike on here, so it's just going to be...
D20 plus strength mod, yeah.
Yeah, let's do strength roll with her. Okay. Yeah, she's just punching your armor. You don't even... You just feel like a nudge from her direction. As there's no weapon to strike you with. That will bring us to Stab, who is going to start stabbing with both of his daggers. Gonna put his bow up. And he will get his sneak attack stuff since there's a friend within range. He's gonna stab this one right in front of him. As he swings his first dagger.
Holy shit.
Immediately follows up with the second. Oh, wow. So his first dagger just sinks right into this cultist for, it looks like 9 damage.
Yep.
And his second strike, I don't think that one's going to hit. Now, the second one, she's able to get her shield around in time as it just slams against that wood. He will then cunning action, just to play it a little bit safe here. Bounce back. Just a little bit. Merrick.
I'm going to shoot my bow at the same guy I've been doing all along.
So
and
wait,
everybody got quiet.
You're targeting this one back here?
Yeah, the same one I've been shooting all along.
Okay.
Keep just plinking into him.
So it's a little, before you would have rolled, I would have said it's a little difficult to hit that target right now, as you're having to aim your arrow directly next to a pillar, past Stab, past the female cultist, and into him. But I would have just said disadvantage, so it doesn't matter, because your arrow missed regardless, as it flies, and you're able to get it past everybody, but it hits the back wall.
I will advance forward slightly, though.
Okay. End of turn?
End of turn.
Okay, that'll bring us to Azira, who's still out in front. She's going to pick up her mace that was on the ground, still on the stairs, and she's going to try to strike you, Elgin.
Her picking it up in front of me, would that give me... Like, since she's... Because technically I'm looking dead at her.
Right.
Would that give me an attack of opportunity on her? Her bending down to pick up her weapon?
It wouldn't give an attack of opportunity, but it would use up her reaction, I'd say, in this case.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you were moving away, she wouldn't get to swing at you or anything like that.
Okay.
But she will try to swing right now with this mace, which will crack you on your armor for 4 damage.
Jesus.
She's cut that shit out.
She's gonna hold her ground. Hayes.
Right. Let's see.
I think it's time to hit him with the real shit.
Okay, I'll move out here. have no way of doing this without potentially hurting you. I will. All right, we'll see if this works. My hands will start to glow kind of this dark purple energy, and I'll reach out and create. It almost looks like my mage hand, but it's kind of this ghostly skeletal hand that appears right in her space and is going to attempt to grab onto her neck. So I try to cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
It's an 18 to hit.
That will barely hit. As this Chill Touch comes up, she tries to just sees the skeleton hand coming and tries to shield it, but she's just a hit too slow as it just attaches to her for a moment.
She takes 6 necrotic damage, and she cannot heal or regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
She is looking badly wounded. You guys, I bet you guys can't see. Can you see health bars?
Yeah, we can see him.
Oh, okay.
Not from my position, but everybody else can.
Proactive Jamie is a good Jamie. Very good. End of turn, Hayes?
End of turn.
All right. Elgin, you're getting cracked and stabbed. What are you going to do?
Since she just took a nasty hit, I'm gonna kind of look at her partner, and I'm not even gonna take my eyes so much off of her. But I am going to cast Toll of the Dead on him. And he is already injured, so yeah, he misses the DC, he's taking a pounding.
All right, let's see a Dex save throw from.
His will be a Wisdom.
Oh, Wisdom save. Sorry.
Yeah, his is a Wisdom.
He got an 11. Is that you're lowering your DC?
Oh, lower, yeah. Mine's 14.
All right, that hits.
So he is taking 5 necrotic.
So you see him kind of grasp at his helmet for a moment and hold his head and start just shaking it. And you see a little bit of blood just coming out from the bottom, just a small amount. So you can tell your spell affected him, but he's still standing and has a spear in hand.
All right.
That'll bring us back to actually him. He is going to try and strike back you again, Elgin, since you're still right in front of him.
Okay.
He's gonna try another multi-attack as he attacks with his spear.
God damn!
These guys seem to be on point. Is he able to again find that weakness and stab you for 7 piercing damage?
Good
and
lord!
Then shout at Kazira to also take a strike, but she looks a bit too exhausted to swing right now, having already retrieved her weapon and attacked this turn. So she will not be making that extra attack.
Thank God.
No, that'll be the end of his turn, which will bring us back to Stab. Stab will again step forward and just try to finish off this cultist with a dagger attack. Oh, main dagger attack. Offhand. He's not able to get it past her defenses, but that's why he has 2 hands with an extra dagger, as he takes another swipe at her.
Oh, shit.
His second dagger he overestimated. As he goes to stab, the dagger slips from his hand and glides back to the other end of the room. What would Pooh say here? I really don't know what he'd say. Oh, shit. And he jumps back.
Just no emotion whatsoever, huh?
I have no idea.
Oh, shit, man.
Something similar to that. Shit.
Sorry, guys.
Fucked up.
That's gonna be the end of his turn. Merrick, what are you doing?
Still going to be disadvantaged to go for this guy?
If you fire from where you are currently, yes. If you just take a step out, no.
Would the woman count as flanked?
Say what?
Would the woman count as flanked?
No, not at the moment. She's not surrounded
Okay.
by you guys right now.
Okay.
When you said step out, do you mean like a step forward?
Yeah.
Oh, then I will advance and I will fire on this guy
Hey, take
because
the
he
shot.
keeps beating into my friend.
It's true. He's done actually a really good job of that this fight.
Yeah, he's.
And I'm missing.
Your arrow again flies just to the back of this wall. You can hear the noble in the back just shivering and whimpering every time there's a loud against the stone rocks behind him. He doesn't know arrows are just flying all around his body. Anything else, Merritt?
No. Actually, you know what? I will try something. You cultists will meet your doom here if you don't surrender. And I'll say that in an attempt to maybe make them a little nervous.
Okay.
I doubt it'll have an effect.
Yeah, being cultists, it's unlikely that they'll be intimidated like that. But if you want to use an action next time to try, you're welcome to.
No.
For now, Kazira is going to go. As she looks as bad a condition as you do, Elgin, as you're both just panting and bleeding. She's going to raise her mace and try to strike you again.
Oh Lord.
Which you are able to block with your shield as just clangs against that metal, and you throw the blow off. And she stays just winded, just holding her ground. Hayes.
All right, I will step up, and I'll just kind of pull my hood on my cloak back, and I'll reach out my hand, and very like Mortal Kombat Scorpion-esque, shoot another ice knife out of my palm, and my trajectory is going to be this, basically, to go back into this little cubby.
Okay.
All right, so you're firing at the cubby. So before you fire,
it's piercing through her,
And then it'll
blow up in the
explode
cubby.
behind.
Yeah, and explode behind.
so before you fire, because I don't think I told you what was in that cubby, because you could see. Yeah, you could definitely see now what's there. Elgin, you can see it the whole time. Let me read that to you. Where is it? It looks like a suit of armor that's welded together, with two gauntlets kind of held up in the air like this, like it's just holding its hands like this. But it looks like a suit of armor just holding its hands up. Now you can go ahead and do what you want to do.
Okay. I will cast Ice Knife. And let's see. It's a 24 to hit, and they both need to make a dex save.
Okay, 7 the damage the lady cultist would take.
7 is piercing damage that she will take, yes.
Okay, that'll be plenty. As the knife, she's just locked on you, Elgin, just trying to hold her mace and shield up to rival you. As you just hear a just pierce through her, and she tilts slightly to the side and falls over and rolls down into the water, face down.
Ooh.
And then bad news, Betty needs to make a dex save.
How far do those spikes go? Is it 5 feet?
5 feet.
Okay, cool. That is going to be a dex save from the big man with the spear. Who definitely fails.
We'll take 8 cold damage.
And these pieces of ice just sink into him. He looks pretty hurt. Also, in that explosion of ice, it slams into the statue in multiple spots. And suddenly the gauntlets start rattling until they lift off the armor and float out. And you can see under the gauntlets were just long blades that are now floating in the air.
Now you've done it.
Don't like that.
The fuck?
Wonderful.
The hell you say?
Is that the end of your turn, Hayes?
As a... Let me make sure I can do this. As a bonus action, I will close my eyes momentarily and kind of take in a deep breath, and you'll see my hands glow kind of this light blue color, as I will use a sorcery point to regain a level 1 spell slot.
Okay.
And then I will take a step back, and I will end my turn.
All right, you regain a little bit of your magics and sink back into the room a bit. Elgin, you are presented with an odd circumstance. Your rival is slain, but there is now a cultist, and it looks to be 2 floating gauntlet swords around you.
Don't forget your gin and juice.
Yeah, right. Well, first things first. I'm going to, let's see here. What would be the? This would be. Let's take the surefire thing. I'm going to lay hands on myself, and I'm going to use all 10 hit points of my lay on hands on myself. And Jesus. Yeah. That is yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna be able to do here.
All right. In that case, we are moving on to the big man y'all have been fighting, who sees these blades activate and kind of looks at him for a moment, and then back to you, Elgin. And he is going to take the disengage action and hop back a bit and kind of take cover around this altar as best he can.
Okay.
Which would lead us to Stab, who
the coward
sees these swords, and he'll kind of just he's gonna try to shoot one of them. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna step over to the side a bit, take his short bow, and make a shot at this sword. Which will definitely miss, as this thing is very thin and floating in the air, as this arrow just ricochets off the corner of the stone behind it. And he will hold his position. Merrick.
You said this guy is cowering. Is it in a position where it will be hard to hit him?
So he's not necessarily cowering, but it's almost like he took measure of what's around him now and went and hopped to, like, cover behind the altar. Like, he's not fully hidden. Like, he's just... It'll be harder to shoot him if you try to shoot him now.
Okay, in that case, I think I'm going to use a spell. Let's make sure. Yep, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
He has like half cover, I'd say. Okay. Zephyr Strike.
That's not the part you probably want, though.
That's some damage.
That'll be if I can get to him. Let's see. So for the next minute, how do I make it so it casts the spell? Is that it?
Yes, that is.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go. So for the next minute, I move like the wind. My movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. I'm going to attempt to close the distance. The one other thing I need to ask is where on... Oh, there it is, 25. So that's difficult movement, so that was like 10. 15, 20, and 25, and I'm going to try to stab this guy with... actually, I'm going to try to beat him with the quarterstaff.
Okay, his cover means nothing since you're in his face. As you run up with this staff shrouded in wind. Does that hit? Let me look. It does, as you take the butt of your staff and just slam it down into where he's taking cover. I think your Zephyr Strike damage procs 2, right? You can click that 1d8.
I have like the whole minute in order to use it, but I'm going to go ahead and use it now. So let's see if we can get that to go off. Yeah.
Okay, that'll actually be just enough. As you just take the butt of your staff and just go right for his neck and just almost shattering his windpipe. If you hear him start gasping and just choking as he falls down next to this altar and stops breathing.
I'll yell, "That's one threat down," and I'll just stand here. End my turn.
Okay.
I'll yell out, that's 2.
I should have added these 2 to the initiative tracker, which I'll do now. We'll see when they take off.
God damn.
Okay. That'll be on the next round, so you guys still have time to act. Hayes, what would you like to do?
Shit. I will... I'll just take another, Actually, you know what? I will, step up. And I will, cast Acid Splash. So acid will just kind of spring out of my hands, on this northern one here.
Okay.
You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. It got it. Oh, it whispered to me, but it got an 11.
Needs to beat a 15, so he'll take 2 acid damage.
All right. This acid just splashes around the blade part of this weird sword gauntlet as little bits and pieces start to smoke and smold. Oh, that's the word, smold. It's still flying around though.
It is now. End of turn.
Elgin.
Yes. What I'm gonna do is I'm popping my shield back on, and I'm gonna slap the fuck out of this sword that's directly in front of me.
Okay, so a one-handed attack. That is going to miss, as this thing is just it's too slender in the air. As you go to just right past it, it just kind of floats a little bit to the side.
The hell are we fighting?
Is that the end of your turn?
That's all I can do.
Okay, and Yignath is dead. That's going to bring us to the swords. One sword is going to spin around to where its gauntlet's facing you, Merrick, and then 180 trying to slash at you. I'm going to make sure this doesn't whisper right now. Hope I was proactive on that already, too. As it takes a slice at you, but you're able to duck out of the way of it. As you see it kind of cocking back, you're able to predict it. Elgin, same thing. The blade in front of you is trying to just stab right into you. Which is...
Goddamn!
You are very susceptible to these blades tonight, as you take 4 slashing damage as this cuts right through another kink in your armor.
Dude, what the fuck are we fighting?
That'll bring us to Stab, who is going to... He's going to go ahead and step up with his daggers. He's just going to try to just slice this sword down to the ground. So he will make regular attack, and I'll go ahead and do his bonus action.
Did he still have to pick up the dagger he threw away?
Oh, good point. He wouldn't get to do his bonus action because his dagger is over here. Thank you. In that case, pretend the second one didn't happen. Would have missed anyhow. But so will the first one. As he goes to stab that northern flying sword, and it's just too slender, too floaty in the air. He's not able to get a good beat on it. He will cunning action back into the waters, though. Which will take us to Merrick.
The quarterstaff is working for me. I'm going to try to quarterstaff the northern one.
Okay.
Quarterstaff is not working for me.
Well, not this time. All of you are kind of basically trying to swat this annoying sword fly, and it's just buzzing around as your weapons just wave through the air. Anything else, Merrick?
So while I'm standing here, I'm going to go, "So noble, huh? Interesting life." And over my shoulder is the guy behind me.
Please get me out of here. Hayes, your turn.
I will take a step forward, and I'm going to try to grab onto this floating sword and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay, you go for the touch.
It's a 16 to hit.
You reach out, and it looks like you're about to grab the gauntlet as your hand just almost grazes it, but just barely misses.
Okay. Then yeah, end of turn.
All right, Elgin,
Yes.
swat the swords. Get rid of these swords.
I'm gonna try.
Be the rug all over again.
Right. So this sword, since Merrick is behind it, would that give me advantage?
I would give you advantage, but it would give you a +1, actually a +2 to the attack because Merrick's nearby as well.
Okay, got you.
Whatever
My
your
name
attack
is
is,
Hayes.
just add 2. Wait, what I call you?
Uh,
I'm Merrick.
You said Merrick twice.
Oh, I said Merrick's next. Merrick's behind me. Hayes and Merrick
well,
are
doesn't
around it.
matter. I missed anyway.
That would be a 14. Yet that would be a miss. Is your
That's
hammer
a
again
swing and a
just
miss.
just through the air? Anything else, Elgin?
That is all I can do.
All right.
Where these damn things come from?
We're going back to the blades, which one's gonna try to slash you, Merrick. The other one's it's just still pointed at you, Elgin. So
All right.
the first one will swipe at Merrick, which I believe misses. You get out of the way of it. The second one stabs towards you, Elgin, which you were able to just keep this damn thing off you as you parry it off with your shield.
Finally.
The
Jesus
sword-
Christ.
The swords continue floating in position. We are now in rinse repeat mode where Stab moves up. He's going to try to stab a couple times. Kill these damn swords.
There you go. There's a hit.
Will hit. You see Stab kind of get next to you, Hayes, and crouch down a bit. And as this sword gauntlet is slowly turning, he looks for the spot right where it connects to this gauntlet and takes his dagger and just slashes right to where it's connected. And the moment he does, the blade severs off of the gauntlet and both fall to the ground and stop moving. He will use his bonus action to swipe at the other sword.
With
Wait,
the
he has no dagger.
he doesn't have.
He will use his
Yeah, he
bonus
doesn't have
action
the,
to wish he had his extra dagger. Because he will
Oh man, I thought I had my dagger.
cunning action back.
Oh man.
Guys, give me my dagger. Just kick it to me down here. Merrick, you're up.
Having no luck with my bow now and my quarterstaff, I'm going to switch to a little bit of magic. And I'm going to cast Produce Flame at it.
Fire, huh? All right.
But I'm pretty sure I missed.
You do. You produce a little bit of flame, but just not on the target, just around it. You moving? Anything else?
I used my bonus action to look for a dagger on the ground.
You know what? You can, and you see one at your feet, right here.
I'd like to kick it towards Stab.
You're trying to kick it from where it is towards Stab?
Yeah, because I don't want to take my eyes off this giant floaty sword that's probably going to kill me.
Make an
I think
agility
It's
you're
focused
challenge.
on me
Sinking.
anyway.
That thing is sinking into the poopy deep.
Yeah, make an agility challenge roll for me.
Agility, just straight up agility.
Straight up agility.
Would that be acro or athletics or?
You can literally roll
actually
agility.
dexterity. It's
Oh,
not
dexterity.
agility.
Yeah, dexterity. I think I was thinking
Okay.
shadows. Okay. You see Pooh's dagger laying next to you, and you put your foot next to it and just gently kick it past Hayes, and it falls down a couple steps right in front of him. That'll take us to Elgin.
That me?
Wait, no, that should have been
Just
yeah,
get Hayes?
Merrick, not Merrick, but Hayes needs to go.
Oh,
I see what's going on here. First of all, you forget my name, and now you just skip my. All right, Shocking Grasp.
You go for a shocking grasp on the flying blade, and that will hit. For
3 lightning damage. It can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. Let me see here. Oh, and I would have had advantage on it since it's made of metal, but that doesn't matter.
That's an attack, right? Your touch.
Yeah.
So you would have gotten a +2 as well for your allies, but it doesn't matter. You hit. As you're able to touch this blade finally, and you get some electricity running through it, and it looks like it's almost chipping a bit as you do that, but it is definitely still flying in the air.
And I will move over onto this side.
Okay.
All right.
End of turn.
That'll bring us to one flying sword is down. The second one is not, however.
Wait, that's my turn.
Now it's Elgin's turn. Quit trying to skip us.
I did, but because I skipped you, I just kept going down the list. Go ahead, Elgin. I'm sorry. Okay, perfect. You got your
I'm
Warhammer.
taking my swing.
You just met the threshold to actually hit this damn thing. As you bring it down and just smash it to the ground, and the blade shatters in front of you.
Yes.
As this thing is destroyed. And that will take us out of combat. Stab retrieves its dagger.
Out of the poo water.
Oh, it actually didn't go in the poo water. It went close. Right on the last step there.
Oh.
Thanks to a good
Look,
agility roll.
I have
Dexterity.
gifted feet. I can kick just where I need to.
I'll kind of let out a sigh.
Ugh.
That went about as expected.
Yeah.
You went pretty well. Elgin, maybe you need to do some taekwondo or whatever it is you need to work on those dodge skills.
Something like that.
I don't know, man. And I'm going to pull out my dagger now that I've pulled out all of my weapons and go ahead and start trying to cut this guy down from wherever he's at.
Okay, and while you're doing that, we are going to take a quick break. A little way later than we normally would, but break regardless. Do you guys want to do 5 or 10 minutes? What do you think?
5 is fine.
Yeah, Bob's good.
I'm good with 5. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Back shortly. And we're back. Quick break, easy break, nice break. Let's get right back into where we left off, yeah?
Right. I'm just kind of waiting to see the interaction when Merrick cuts down the noble.
Okay. So, Merrick, you said you cut down the noble. As soon as his hands are freed... Actually, I take that back. I may have told y'all wrong. He is bound by a rope, but his hands are also in shackles that he's hanging from. Iron shackles.
Oh, damn.
Well, I'm trying to get him down first. Once I've got him down, I'll go ahead and start pulling off the burlap's sack.
No. It's the other way around. So his hands are like together because the ropes, but they're bound up by the shackles, like shackles on the wall, shackles attached to his wrists. So you'd have to open the shackles.
I will go for the burlap sack first, then.
Okay. So you take the sack off of his head, and immediately he starts wincing. Oh God! So, and he looks very. I got a picture of what he would look like if he was not in a real shit condition, if you want to see. It kind of looks like this. But the facial hair is much more jacked up. His face is nowhere near as handsome as that right now. He's looking like he's worn down. He says, thank you. Oh, thank you, my saviors. Yes. You will be rewarded. I'll make sure you're all rewarded.
Oh. Well, we appreciate that. What are you doing down here?
Clearly, my status of Upper City has reached these people. They want ransom money. They want my money.
And what were you doing walking around in the lower city with barely a guard?
I was just checking the locales and shops and, just a bit of fun adventure that I will never do again.
In Baldur's Gate. You're going into the lower city.
I got a feeling his house has fallen onto a little bit of hard times.
What? No, the Keto family is... No, we're very, very successful, and you will all get paid if you get me out of here.
I'd like to insight check that.
Sure, go ahead and make an insight check for me.
While we're asking questions, can I look around for, maybe some keys?
I was also going to say, I want to check the body of, what was it, Zarina?
You think that was her name? Hold up. Kazira, yeah. Kazira's the one who floated down the water.
Kazira, that's her name.
She never called out this man's name, so all you know is Big Cultist for that guy.
Okay, Big Cultist.
So you start trying to search his body, and Hayes, you were looking at the noble as he started talking about his family and rewards, and when Merrick said something about his family may have fallen into hard times, you saw right before he started saying there's a reward and they have the money for it, you saw a tinge of fear on his face.
What is your name? Your first name?
Clem. It's Clem.
Clem. And I'll lean down kind of closer to him, and I'll say, why are you lying to me?
What? No, I'm not... What? Why would I lie to you, sir? I was bound up here.
That's precisely why you would lie to me, to get out of here, and then ride back up to your ivory tower, and we'll never see you again.
Oh, listen, please. I'll pay whatever you want if you get me out of here, please.
I'm gonna step up.
We're going to get you out of here, but don't lie to us. We're doing you a favor.
I'm gonna step between this man and the others, and I'm going to roll intimidation on him.
Okay. You're making the check. There we go. Okay. And what are you doing with that intimidation?
I'm gonna take. I have a. Even though I don't tell many people about this, 'cause, you don't No one really needs to know what I have on my person.
Keep that fucking thing on.
But I'm gonna pull one of my daggers, and I'm gonna put it like directly up against his throat, and I'm just gonna tell him that we've been through a lot of trouble here in the last day. We have fought our way down through this muck and shit. I have nearly died down here. The smell of this place is awful. I smell evil everywhere I turn. Not only that, I lost out on a potential date. Do you know how it feels to be down here, waist deep in piss and shit, when I could have been elsewhere doing something far more pleasurable? So yes, as my horned friend may have said, don't lie to us. But more specifically, don't lie to me.
He looks...
Lest this beard that you have, this unkempt bird's nest that you have on your face, won't be the only thing that gets shaved.
He looks terrified of you as you say, as his eyes go wide, and he starts looking around at all of you, almost like he has a very strong feeling of fear, like these people, he's uncertain right now if he is going to be freed at all, and he starts saying, I will ask me anything, I will tell you anything, anything you ask, you nothing but the truth, I swear it.
Why are you down here? Really?
I am down here because I lied for them to keep me alive. I am a noble. That is the truth. That is the absolute truth. But I told them they could ransom me. They were going to sacrifice me, but then they thought they could get money. They kept me alive. My family has no money anymore. My mother's dead. My 3 youngest siblings want the inheritance, and with me dead, they get more. No one would miss me. He starts looking down and just panting a bit.
Your siblings, do you think that they were behind this?
I don't know. We were indifferent towards one another, but we don't hate each other. Surely they wouldn't. I don't know.
Do you remember how they brought you down here?
No, they killed my guard, put a sack around my head, and gagged me. I don't know where we went. I don't know where we are, except this dreadful place.
Have I had any luck in recovering some keys yet?
You have had luck in recovering keys. So, were you checking? You had time to check both bodies during this altercation, if you wanted to. Did you?
I assumed Pooh was checking the one down below. I will have checked up here.
Okay, so on the large male cultist, checking him out, he doesn't have much on him. He has 2 spears, actually. One he was stabbing with and one he was ready to throw, but never did. And on his belt, you find an iron key ring with 7 keys.
Oh, nice.
And the other one, on Kazira, I guess we can say Stab was kind of checking her. She didn't really have anything on her, except a shield that had a skull painted on it and blood, looking closely now, and a mace. And then her armor, just kind of jacked up now.
I will pull out the key ring and start working through the keys slowly so that the guys can continue their questions. Starting with the key that I know definitely doesn't fit, if I can.
All right, so he has his he's still just sitting there as you're kind of leaning up to his wrist, just kind of pittering on him while everyone else is kind of interrogating this guy. He looks over at you and he actually see a little bit of hope come back in his eyes. He looks back to you and just says, "Please, either way, you must have it in your heart to free me."
Don't rush me now. I'm working here. And
I'm gonna lean
I'll
to
ask-
Hayes. Actually, I want to pull Hayes and Merrick both over to the side. This is just for gags. I'm not really. I don't mean anything I say when I say this. We're just gonna pull them over to the side and just be like, "We didn't come down here for this."
will you be able to sleep if we leave him?
Yes, I would.
Like the dead, yes, like the dead. I would sleep immensely well, as a newborn. But
Innocent man surrounded by cultists, and you say you can sleep well at night?
Although I'm not the largest fan of the nobles, and chances are this man had what was coming to him in terms of losing his fortunes, but
he's a liar. He'll say anything to save his skin.
Wouldn't
he
you
will.
surrounded by cultists?
I can't
Well,
I can't blame the poor man. But although I don't like him, it's not our job to finish what these cultists started.
somehow I feel like we're getting tricked into someone else's game.
Well, we won't be babysitters. We're not going to drag this whimpering man through the rest of this place, so we can release him and he can wait here, or he can try and find his own way out. We could tell him how to get out. I mean, it's only one hallway. We're not getting paid. And
That
truth be
is
told,
fair.
I'm not in it to get paid either.
I will go on my own. I will go on my own if you just release me.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually turn around and let Merrick finish unshackling the man.
Okay, I'll say about this time you would have succeeded in unshackling him with about the fifth key working. As his hands drop down from the shackles and he rubs them and starts looking at you and just bowing repeatedly. Thank you, brave sir. Adventurer. What are your names?
Elgin Greymalkin.
Merrick of the Emerald Enclave.
And I'm Hayes of the Dreamer's Wake.
You just call me Pooh.
I'm gonna throw a dagger down at his feet.
His head darts to it and he looks back up at you. A little bit of fear popping back up on him again.
Don't say we never gave you anything.
Yes, sir. Yes. And he leans down and picks up the dagger, and starts scooting past you, Merrick. I'll go. I'll stay out of your way. Thank you again. And he starts kind of squeezing between y'all unless someone's doing something.
One last question. Have you heard any of their leaders' names?
Leaders, I'm not sure. I know, Vaz. They mentioned a Vaz. I don't know if that's just another guard or what, but they mentioned that name a couple times.
Any others?
I don't know. I couldn't hear any others. I swear.
Well, then good luck.
He-
And if your dagger doesn't keep you safe, there's nothing like using it on yourself to avoid a even more grisly fate.
I will find a way out. I will not squander this chance. As he limps, he's still badly wounded. He limps into the water and starts making his way towards the middle. And he sort of just kind of spins in a circle once he makes it out this far and starts walking back. It's very dark and I don't know which way to go. Do you?
I'll step forward and say, look, here. I'll take out a torch and I'll light it and hand it to him and say, I'll point up here to the hallway that we came in, and I'll say, you're going to go through that hallway and you're going to go all the way down. It's going to take you up some stairs. You'll come into a room with a bunch of doors. Ignore those doors. Keep going forward. The path will eventually take you around. Just keep going literally the only way you can go. And then you'll eventually see a set of a staircase on your right. It'll lead you up to the bathhouse where you can get out.
We're under the bathhouse. Which one?
I don't know. Does it matter?
No.
The one with the nymph carvings.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Thank you, sir. And he takes the torch and starts wading through the water towards the north. Till he's out of sight.
I'm sure he'll be fine. If we hear a feminine scream from the distance, we'll know that he's not.
Unless something's coming.
Well, I guess
Part of me wonders, should we have checked that other door?
I think we'll probably be doubling back to it at some point, but we have one in front of us if we want. And I'll gesture to the southwest.
I say we take a peek. We've
I
come
say
all this
let's
way.
go for it.
And I'll kind of walk over here to this staircase.
Are you doing the cultist rope thing still?
I've still got them on, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to hunch down and try to hide here then, I guess.
And I'd like to press my ear up against the door and try and listen to the other side again.
Okay, make another perception check for me. All right, it's very faint, but every now and again you hear a slight, distant chuckle.
What does this chuckle sound like? Like a deep male chuckle or like a hee 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 hee?
More like
Creepy chuckle.
like a creepier chuckle.
Jesus.
Sounds like an older person.
I'll turn around and look and say, or I'll kind of give this motion back to him. And I'll turn. And this door I'd like to slowly open.
Okay. You slowly open this door up. Are you opening it all the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hood is up again.
What lays in front of you is a hallway, and then you step out into it and kind of glance around. And way to the that'd be west, you see some stuff. Let me tell you what's up with that. Just a second. Okay. You see what looks like another figure wearing a robe, but some gray hair, long gray hair over the back, all scraggly and whatnot. This figure seems to be hunched over an altar of some sort. You also see on the floor next to her, it looks like rats, kind of just hanging around, just walking around this figure's feet.
Hate rats.
You also hear a bit of that chuckling again that's coming from the west.
I'll look back towards Merrick and Elgin, and I'll just hold up 2 fingers and point in the direction that I'm going, and I'll just walk this direction confidently.
I'll turn to Elgin and go, "What's that mean?"
I think he's trying to tell us that he's going to get a better look.
You start. So you said you're confidently walking into the room.
Yes, and as I approach, I'll say, "And how is everything going in here?"
The woman cackles a little bit more and turns, and she doesn't turn to you. She's still prodding at this corpse. Says, "Oh, it's going quite well, quite well. I'm glad you came by to witness it. Yes, yes."
Have you made progress?
Oh, I've made plenty of progress. I'm actually quite done now. As she puts her hands on this corpse, and she looks like she was feeling around on it and in its guts and whatnot, until finally she moves her hands back, and this dark energy is rising off of this corpse as the bloodied bones of it start to sit up. And it looks like a bloodied skeleton is now just sitting up on the table. And she turns to you and says, "Yes, I was hoping someone would come along, yes. Tell me, why are you here?"
I was sent here to check on your progress.
No, you weren't, dear. No, you weren't. You're not a member of this group. You're not a member of anything here. Not any of the Dead Three. I'm asking you, Hayes. Why are you here? And she's grinning like an insane person while staring at you.
I'll just, at this point, I'll just go ahead and pull my hood back and say, realistically at this point, I suppose, genuine curiosity. And how do you know my name?
The imps, my dear, the imps. They're messengers to some of us. They're everywhere and really hard to see. And she says that, she leans towards you, holding her fingers, opening her eyes as wide as she can.
That's a very neat trick.
Oh, it's no trick, dear. You've passed by 3 already.
Interesting. So what is it then that... What would you say you do here?
I make people again. I rise them up to serve us how we want. And since
when you say us, you referring to your cult?
The Dead Three, of course.
And I assume you're referring to Bale, Bane, and Merkel?
The ones you speak, yes, the ones you speak.
Men, I'm somewhat at a loss for words, and that's quite rare. I've found myself in quite a bit of a periwinkle here.
I've been kind of like at the corner of like right at the turnoff. You know, kind of watching this situation unfold. When I've been waiting to see like what Hayes is gonna do, and I'm going to as soon as he says periwinkle, as soon as I hear it, I'm immediately busting in and stepping like right beside him.
Before you're able to get beside him, I'd say right when you make it to about here, or right in this square, this hag-like cultist points a finger in your direction, and it looks like something is starting to form in her finger, but we're going to go ahead and go into initiative because this is an aggressive action for sure.
Oh. There we go.
Get stab on the board. I'll say he would have been right behind Merrick. We're not going to have him that far back. And let's get some initiative on some guys. Okay, so as you approached Elgin, and Hayes, you saw this. Her expression went from a grin kind of to just a wide-eyed, like, slow frown, and she just started pointing with her finger as Elgin started to run in. And it looks like she was about to cast something, but she ain't quick enough because someone else is going first. Specifically, the bloodied thing that just got up from the table. It is going to walk around her. It's actually going to grab actually, no, it'd be an unarmed strike for this one. It's going to walk right next to you, Hayes, and it's going to just try to claw at you.
Okay.
I bet it's gonna whisper the roll to me. So, yep, gotcha. Before you even did it. And that will probably hit you unless you got something.
Yeah, that is gonna hit.
Okay. Its bony, gross-ass fingers just rake across you for 2 damage. And you got a gross, just-raised skeleton in your face. Merrick.
We were able to hear her talking, right? From this position?
Not from where you are, no. Beyond the door, you would have been able to hear.
Okay, so I don't... Okay. Since Periwinkle was yelled, I'm going to run to here. And... Man, this looks like melee. Do I have a clean shot on anything with a bow?
I wouldn't call it clean. If you were to attack with ranged right now, whatever you'd be shooting at would be a disadvantage.
Everything is equally disadvantaged?
Yes. Except the rats. The rats would be like even harder. Be like disadvantage and cover.
We'll shoot at the lady.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. Elgin, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, no.
For the good of the party, JD.
God
Elgin,
damn it.
As you get in position to enter this room, you feel a stinging pain rake across your side. As this isn't gonna be much, this small. You take 1 damage from an arrow just kind of cutting you a bit.
I'm just gonna turn around behind me and be like, what the fuck?
You see me just sort of gonna go and get back into a drawing position, and we'll see what happens for the next turn.
Hayes.
All right. Looking. I wish I could do this the other way around, but there's no way to do this. I'm going to move through this skeleton.
Okay. Do a spinaroo move through him.
And then I'm going to, and I know I'm going to take attack of opportunity from this, but I'm going to move this way.
Okay. It'll try to just get you with its little bony, bloody hand again, because it doesn't have a weapon. Which I think will hit you.
That will hit, yeah.
As you take the full bony hand damage of 4. But
That's fine.
I think you still have the temporary...
I still have the temp hit points, yeah. At this point, I will kind of stop in my tracks and turn around and widen my stance and hold out both of my hands and bring them up to my chest as lightning starts to emit from my forearms and from my hands, and I will all at once just release my arms to the side as I cast Thunder Wave.
Oh.
And everything in this room minus Elgin needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let me grab everyone. So we'll start with the rats, which now entering the room you can see these are skeletal rats. They will make a Constitution savings throw. They tremendously fail. The skeleton will attempt a Constitution savings throw. I'm assuming he's pretty... Oh, wow. Constituti. He will succeed. And the...
They need to beat a 15.
Oh, they need to be at 15. Wow. Oh, and he rolled a 9. What am I saying? He'll succeed. What the hell? And the Master of Souls will try to make a Constitution savings throw, which whispered to me again, but she got a 16. That's the stupid whispered me. So you got 2 fails and a success.
Kidding me. 2d8 and I roll a 5. Fuck. All right, so they so on a success they take half damage, so the skeletons will both take 5 damage and they will be pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay, so the skeleton over here gets shoved, slammed against this wall. Already takes 5 damage and will take a wee bit of bludgeoning damage too. 1 more bludgeoning damage. The rats all get scurried, just slammed against the wall as well, as there's nowhere to go flying here. How many feet did they move back, you said?
10.
Okay, yep, they get slammed in that wall. So the group will take 5... Oh, that much, goddamn. 5 plus 2.
That's so... I hate that. Out of possible 16 damage, they took 5.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And I'll use my bonus action to spend a sorcery point to regain a spell slot.
Okay.
End of turn.
That's gonna bring us to Stab, who is way around the corner, but he's gonna start moving in. 5, 10, 15, and he is covered as well. So he's got the cunning action dash. That'd be 20, then 5, and he'll just move in kind of like, and he's gonna Stab. Where are you gonna go? He's gonna get in and try to help. He's just gonna get in between it all. Screw it. He's a brave lad. He's gonna try to stab this skeleton. Put it down. I actually think that... Does that hit? No, that barely misses. He tries to stab the skeleton, but he's not able to actually catch the bones.
Does he get a +1?
He does, because
next to-
Elgin's right next to him, which will put it at 13, which is just enough. That will hit for 6 damage on this thing. And a sneak attack, because there's this guy within 5 feet. Yeah, that's plenty then. As he stabs through the skeleton, he rips his dagger up, and he's able to just pull some of these fresh, bloody ribs out of this thing as it shambles into a pile of bones. Ooh. Good catch. That one catch killed a skeleton.
Try to get the action economy in line.
He'll turn around and use his bonus stab on the old lady cultist.
Because he does have his dagger now.
He does have his dagger now, that's correct. Which I believe that will definitely hit. Yes, it will. He stabs her for 3 damage. That'll bring us to cultist lady. See what she's gonna do.
She was charging her laser beams, wasn't she?
She was. And then some people came in and started thundering and then stabbing her. So she's going to probably change up her game plan. As she is going to take off her hip a gross-looking mace and try to swing at Stab since he just stabbed her. There it is. Does that hit Stab? Oh crap, it does. It barely hits him as he gets welted by this flail. The bludgeoning slams into him and hurts like hell, but it's the aftermath that hurts even more as dark energies just starts coursing through him. He almost falls to one knee, but he's able to maintain his ground, fortunately, because he had a nice hot bath before we started. But he is looking pretty hurt. Oh, I did that wrong. I've been updating tokens this entire time. Crap, go back to normal. I gotta do that in D&D Beyond. Have 21 here. Okay, good. It ate the 10 hit points. Thank God. Okay. And this lady is not done as she cocks that flail back and turns around to try and do the same thing to you, Hayes.
Okay.
But fortunately, she misses as she swings this huge flare around. You're able to duck under it. As it almost sounds like a vorpal blade of dark energy just over your head, like a whoom, just flying over you. As you can see, this thing is definitely has dark magic inside of it. Elgin.
All right. That weapon that I found earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You said that I have it in my possession currently.
You do.
Then I want to use it.
Okay. Once you click the weapon, if you want to use any of the abilities on it, you can actually click those, and I think it'll roll them and do stuff.
All right.
Or you can just swing it. That's an option too.
There you go. Yeah, we're gonna swing this bad boy, and I am going to I'm gonna get right up in old girl's face, and I'm swinging for the fences. Let's see what we got here, or perhaps maybe not.
Yeah, not in this case.
We're not hidden. We're not hidden. Well, that is all I had.
Okay, so you run up and you try to clock this lady in her head, but you just misjudge it a bit as your swing falls short. The rats, however, right next to you, see you get close to them, and they are going to try and just start biting you.
Ooh.
Are they at it? No, not quite yet. Going for some bites. They fail miserably. They gnaw on your metal boots and can't seem to get anywhere on you. Next up would be our dead skeleton, so he ain't going. Merrick.
I assume, based on my position here, that my chance to hit anything without hitting a friendly has not gone up.
No,
Probably not.
Afraid not in this case.
Nah, you got two people blocking line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and sprint forward, get a look at the room, do a dash to the left, and I'm going to shoot at these ugly mice because they don't look like they belong.
Okay, let's see how the swarm works. Doesn't say anything about them being small or anything, so yeah, that'd just be a normal attack. You fire at these rats, and you actually hit some as your arrow sweeps across the ground and just tears up a few of them.
I'm going to do something I haven't done before then. I'm going to mark this as a favored foe.
Okay. Show me the box. Oh, it has a lot of text. All right.
So I'm adding 1d4 to this.
The first time on each of your turns that you hit the favored enemy, deal damage to it, including when you mark it. Ooh, that's right now. You can increase that damage to 1d4. Okay. Go and click the 1d4 for me.
Rolling. And nothing came through on the other side.
You clicked it and it's not doing it?
I did it in... There it went.
Oh, I did it. Well, there, we'll use mine. So your favored foe actually works quite well. As your arrow, as if it hit the ground and took out some, it's like it curved a bit and just took out maybe like two more of them. Now, there only seems to be like maybe one of these skeletal rats running around now.
Nice.
Next up would be Hayes.
I am going to move back over here. And I will cast again Ice Knife and try to pierce through this woman.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that will definitely pierce through this woman. As you fire this ice knife through her for...
It's going to be
looks like
7 damage, and then her and the rats need to make a dex save.
We'll go ahead and do the damage of the dagger that pierced her, and now I'm going to have them all do dex saves. Okay, we'll start with her. Got a 21 on her save, and the rats got...
Yeah, dexterous heifer.
Where my rats at? Where my rats? They're terrible. We're terrible at this. Your ice obliterates the remaining 1 rat. Does any damage happen to them when they succeed?
It doesn't say anything about half damage, so I don't think they take any damage.
Okay.
And then after it pierces through her and I see it explode, you'll see some more like lightning and wind kind of surround my hands. And it will actually lift me up off the ground. And I will use tempestuous magic to kind of lift me just 5 feet back this way into the corner as I just kind of scoot and land on the ground.
That's cool. So you lift off the ground with these gusts of wind you made, and you float back out of range of her.
Yeah, I give her the finger as I go back.
All right, and she can't respond because it's not her turn yet. It's going to be Stab's turn, who is going to do his signature move.
Damn, I really wish she failed that dex save. That would have been so much damage.
As he's able to stab into her for 8 damage. All right, and he's going to follow up with his bonus action, take another offhand stab, which will also hit for another 4. He's just laying into this chick, and then he's going to cunning action wisely back away. That's going to bring us back to this insane old lady. And what is she going to do this time? Seeing as a bunch of people are in her face, I don't think she's going to cast anything. Yep, she's going to try to whack a mace. She gets her flail back out, Elgin, and it looks like she's trying to swing it down onto you.
Oh. Oh my.
I don't think a 14 hits you.
Nah.
She cocks it back again and prepares to swing one more time. And a 5 also won't hit you, as both times you're able to just block these hits. When you do, your shield almost hums from the energy that got slammed into it, as you can see just bits of dark energy floating off the side of your shield there. Ooh. And she just kind of has this wide, insane look on her face still as she's holding her ground, which will actually bring us to you, Elgin.
Oh, well then I'm gonna hit the bitch.
Let's do it.
And I'm not gonna hit her.
Damn.
That will actually barely miss as you swipe at her. Which would bring us to some skeletal rats, but you're dead. Merrick.
I'm going to start running this way. And once I feel I've got a good shot on her that won't accidentally hit the tank, I am going to try to hit her with a longbow.
Okay. That will also miss as your arrow sails across the room.
And I've got one more thing in movement. I'm just going to go to the corner.
All right, so you fall back to the corner.
Yeah.
That'll bring us to Hayes.
I will let loose a ray of frost towards her for 5 cold damage.
Okay, so you fire this ray of frost at her, and let me look at something real quick. And as you do, you see her raise a hand up as this barrier forms over her, and your Ray of Frost just slams into it, just barely being held back by this barrier.
Okay. I'll just kind of smirk, and I will end my turn.
Okay, that'll bring us to Stab. He's gonna go for it again. He's gonna run up past Elgin and starts laying some daggers down. Which, let's see if he can break the barrier. Both of those would have hit, but both cuts just catch this shimmering barrier surrounding her and can't seem to break through.
God damn.
Which will bring us back to her. Being surrounded by so many people, she is going to start resorting to some magic. As she holds out her finger and it starts glowing red hot. And it looks like she's just kind of raking the room with this as she's going to fire off scorching rays.
Oh.
3 of them. She's going to aim actually at all 3 of you too. Hayes, Elgin, and then Stab.
Hiding in the corner.
The first one flies towards you, Hayes.
As she points her finger at me, I will kind of smirk again, as I will cast a shield as well.
And that same energy now envelops you as a very, well, I wouldn't say identical, different types of magic, different flavor. As another barrier floats over you, and this burning hot ray of fire just splashes against you and envelops around you, but doesn't touch you. As she keeps turning and fires a second ray at you, Elgin. Oh, I did not mean to link the description, just a spell.
Damn!
Does that hit you? I think it does.
Yeah, that hits me.
She turns and fires this fiery blast at you, which just seeps through your armor. It looks like you're still barely standing, though, and she finishes by turning to Pooh and firing a blast at him, which that'll actually hit him. Oh, crap. It'll hit him hard as this fiery blast just lands square in his chest. He stumbles back a bit and falls down onto the ground, unconscious.
Not Pooh.
He is currently on the ground. But that's going to be the end of her turn. Elgin.
Pooh.
Must protect your Pooh.
Pooh. Yes. Yeah, screw this shit. I'm swinging, and come on, give me something good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Finally. God damn. Actually, you know what? I'm not done yet.
Oh?
I want to make sure this heifer is dead.
Oh,
Divine Smite.
Smite. All right.
And I'm putting 2d8 on top of that.
Okay, let me see your total here. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 damage?
Yeah, that heifer better be dead.
Well, you met the magic number as you land your mace onto her, and as soon as it connects, you activate your smite, and holy energy just pulsates out of your mace, and you push through her, actually, just raking half of the front part of her body off. She falls down. Nothing but a corpse remains. That's going to bring us out of combat.
Oh, that is another heathen, another set of heathens down. A trio of heathens.
Good
and
boy.
then I'll move forward and see Pooh on the ground.
Ooh, buddy.
What?
I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on Pooh.
Okay, he doesn't have to make death saves now. He's just an unconscious fellow.
I'll walk up to him, and I'll reach in his pouch and pull out his healing potion, and I'll dump that juice down his mouth.
All right. Let me actually
Drink the healing juice.
I think there's a fun way to do this. I added it to his end. Yeah, it did. click the potion of healing. You display it. You got the option to click it.
Yep.
So in this case, I guess I'll click it for him. As Pooh heals for the lowest
Awesome.
possible.
Almost low as possible
5
amount.
damage.
What would
Good
I have healed
times.
you for? Wow.
The complete opposite. Pooh's eyes open back up and he takes a few deep breaths. Man, I got shot by some big fire. That took me down.
Yeah.
You need to be more careful, Stab.
How did you heal me?
The juice. Your juice that you had in your bag.
Oh yeah,
Turns out it's magic juice.
it's magical in more ways than one. If you know what I mean. He gets back up.
Sorry about that arrow, big guy. And to make it up to you, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Elgin.
Thank you. It is appreciated. Accidents do happen.
Especially in the clamor of war. Can I see that arrow?
That hit him?
Here you go.
Yes.
You only how many arrows did you fire this fight? One?
I fired 2.
It
Okay.
would have gotten pushed to the edge of the room somewhere from the thunder wave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Roll a d20 for me. Say if you beat a
Alright.
DC 15, I'm gonna let you recover your arrows.
In
Yep,
any
thunder
category, just or D20.
D20. Start looking around the room for your arrows and hoping they're intact. You find 2 shattered arrows in the room.
I'd like to kind of check this cultist person.
Okay. You check their body, and what they have on them, the thing that catches your eye immediately is this weird flail that she was wielding. The actual flail, the painful part, seems to be like these silvered skulls that she was swiping with. You don't sense or see any of the dark energy that was being added onto it, however, but you do see that it's silvered.
Fancy. Anything else?
Actually, yes. Going through her belongings, she doesn't seem to have any money or anything on her, but you do find a rolled up piece of parchment.
I'll pick up that piece of parchment, and I'll pick up the flail as well and say, Elgin, do you like a new flaily thing to hit heathens with?
Well, always.
And I'll just kind of toss it out on the floor next to him.
I'll add it to my weaponry. It says a silver flail.
Yeah, or it's you might just be flail, and then you just add the silvered effect. Custom
Okay.
style. Or there could be a silvered flare. I didn't check that. But you said you unfurled the parchment, Hayes?
Yeah.
Okay, you undo that parchment and kind of give it a look over. Can you read Elvish?
Somebody here probably can.
I can, yes.
Okay, so reading over this scroll, it seems to have 2 spells embroidered into it. Just kind of glancing over it, it looks to be a spell of Detect Undead and a spell of Burning Hands.
Interesting. She must have been saving these for a rainy day. And I'll say, one of these might be an ace in the hole. And I'll roll it back up and I'll put it in my backpack.
Okay, just add in your notes as or make an equipment item. You know how to do it.
Yeah. You said it's Burning Hands and Detect Undead?
Mm-hmm.
This body in the back of the room. What's up with this?
Right back.
So looking down at that corpse, it looks to be a man in nothing but his undergarments, just bloodied and it seems to be clear as day dead. If you had to guess, this is likely more fodder that cultist lady was going to use to raise more undead.
Okay. Well, and I guess there's nothing else here. Wonder what that woman was trying to do. Create some kind of undead army or something? Let's see.
But not anymore.
I'm
Kill
gonna
that
walk
lady.
back. I'm gonna walk back out into the hallway that Hayes originally discovered. And actually what I want to do is since it's been a while, I want to activate my divine sense again and see if I still sense that powerful evil that I sensed earlier.
When you cast your divine sense, the first thing you sense is that pleasant hum, but it's coming from your person. You likely already know what it is. The second thing you sense is a bit far to the east. You sense another presence of some sort of undead abomination.
Ooh.
Is there any sense of that flail thing?
Actually, there's nothing coming off the flail now.
Okay.
She must have been just channeling magics, dark magics through it. The flail itself is unremarkable, other than being silvered. We're in rough shape, boys.
Speak for yourself.
Well,
Hazen may have it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a nappy nap.
I mean, we take a great risk trying to rest in this place. But maybe we could take a short rest. At least for some of us older chaps to catch their breath.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Alright. I'm gonna...
It's so hard to do a voice for stab. It sounds so nice.
But the thing is, I can sense it though. I can.
That's good.
It
That's
feels
all. I'm
like
just
he's
trying to
here.
get a little bit of it, just a tiny bit.
It feels like he's here. So that's what matters.
So
I'm gonna.
Are y'all agreeing to a short rest? Hayes,
I
think so.
All right, I'm gonna.
You there, Hayes? I heard you in a while.
Oh no, he said he was gonna be right back.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Whoops, my bad. All right, well, either way, that's actually where we are going to call it for the evening because we're a little past our time.
Oh, well, there you go.
Works out anyhow. So, before we leave for the evening, we're going to talk a little bit about what went down. So, y'all got to do some fighting this time, huh?
Yeah.
Some killing? Some, getting stabbed a lot? Unfortunately, Elgin, sometimes is what it is.
Yes.
It's the ups and downs of being the tank, right? Being the man up in front. But you guys made some really good progress through this place. And you actually, you deceived the first, kind of big threat with those cultist robes, and Hayes just walking on in like, I'm from the north, you know me, that guy. And they're like, oh, I'm that guy, goddamn. So that was actually kind of surprising. That worked out.
I can be quite convincing.
Indeed. Then you ran into the it wasn't actually a hag. It's like just a crazy older necromancer type lady.
Who had a mean fist.
She had a mean ass flail. It didn't have a very high chance to hit, but if it did, you see in 20s and 30s, my dude, scary numbers.
Damn.
DM out here just trying to wipe us out of existence.
Look,
Right?
look, I can give you a little taste of more after the stream if you want, but we won't go into details here. We'll leave it at the what it is what it is. But so what do y'all think about tonight? How y'all think everything went?
Well.
I think we did a good job.
I need a rest.
Yes.
I'll guard the door while you guys rest then.
Yeah, you guys are about to take part in a short rest. So that should help a little bit, right? Does that help Sorcerer much, or you need a big boy rest?
It helps me a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, y'all be able to recover a little bit to see if you can hopefully handle whatever's left in here. Maybe you will actually find the dead 3 down here. Who knows? Maybe so far it's just been minions. I don't know. There's no telling.
Oh, actually, take that back. Short rest does nothing for me.
Oh well.
It's okay.
Get your sword arm ready. I don't know what to tell you there. Get them hit die and do what you can. But unless anyone here wants to do any shout outs or got anything, I'm gonna go into my closing spiel here. Anyone got anything?
Nope.
Come back, Pooh, before Jamie kills you.
Yeah, if Pooh was watching. Pooh, if you were watching, I did my best, okay? And I actually did some good stabbing, so good work, you. Is that dashing? Oh, there he is down there. That rogue man down there. All right. Closing statements then. Everybody out there in the Twitch lands, thank you for watching tonight. We do this every Monday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central. This is our Descent into Avernus campaign. We just started. This is episode 3. Is that right?
This is session 3. Yeah.
Yeah, session 3. So you're in it for the early part right now. So keep watching. You'll see how the story unfolds. It is called Descent into Avernus. I'll let you piece that together to see where they may or may not end up or have something to do with. So yeah, that. We stream sometimes throughout the week, randomly. We're not very consistent with that. We like sticking to the tabletop stuff, so Monday to Saturdays you can catch us for that. We're going to try to feed one of our dudes a gummy bear of pain. It's like flaming hot death gummy bear. Moose knows more about that than me. But
The Nitro Bear.
The Nitro Bear, that's what it's called. He may eat one too, actually, so look forward to that if we get that far. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So
That's
yeah,
it.
thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back Saturday with more Rhyme the Frost Maiden with Moose's DM. And see you next time. Have a good one, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.